Everyone can hear me okay, I hope, right? Yes.
Hi, Tiffany.
Hi, welcome.
How are you?
Fabulous. How are you?
Good. Good to see you on live video.
Likewise, thank you.
Hey, Tiffany.
Hi. How are you, Michael?
I'm fine. That's
Welcome.
pretty fancy background there.
Yeah, thank goodness my husband has technology skills.
Hey, Radhika.
Hi, Michael. I'm happy to see you again.
How are you doing?
I'm great, actually.
Are you a doctor?
Not yet. Still have a few more years to graduate the university, and then I'll have my residency. I'll be a doctor.
That's great. We're really proud of you.
Thank you.
Hi, Jill.
Hi, Michael.
And Shireen, are we live on YouTube yet?
Yeah, just give us about 15 more seconds. If we are on YouTube, we're linking it and then linking it when we are ready.
Perfect, thank you.
Excuse me, I'm sorry, but since Andrea's laptop is not working well, it's not connecting, is it okay if she sits with me?
Absolutely, yes, thank you. Love how you guys are all helping each other.
Okay, and we are live. We're on the website, we're on YouTube, and we can begin.
Yay, a very happy Monday, everyone. Thank you all for joining us today. My name is Tiffany Nesby, and I'm with FHI 360's National Institute for Work and Learning. I am thrilled to welcome you all to our first ever virtual Alliance Building and Training session, which we're hosting in partnership with Johnson & Johnson. We are coming to you live, quite literally, from all over the globe, just like our BT program. We have volunteer students and other program partners who are joining us through our Bridge to Employment website. For those that couldn't make it to the live event, we are recording today, so we will be placing the recording up on the BT website post ABTS for your viewing purposes and to share with others. There's no better way to make history than to host our first live event with the people who represent all that BTE stands for. And that's none other than our amazing alumni who have been through the program and are now living their best lives and making a difference in their communities. I'm so pleased to share that our alumni panelists represent different regions of the BTE program and are all currently in different phases of their post-BTE journey. So we'll have some really diverse perspectives and discussions. Moderating today's session is Verdiana Herrera from the Bridge to Employment New Brunswick, New Jersey site, also a Youth Leadership Council member who has graciously accepted the opportunity to lead today's event. She'll begin by asking our panelists a set of pre-drafted questions, and then towards the later half of our event, she'll open questions up to our participants who are in the Zoom meeting room. We do ask that you please post your questions and comments in the chat box and that you keep your microphones on mute. Please also turn off your video cameras as well. That will allow us to better stream as well while we're live. We do have a chat box monitor, yours truly, who will make sure all of your questions are answered within our given time frame today. So with that, I'm going to pass it off to Verdi so that she can kick things off and get our alumni panel party started. Verdi, off to you.
Thank you, Tiffany. Hello, everyone. As you already know, my name is Verdiana Herrera, and I'm from the New Brunswick, New Jersey, United States BTE site. Just to give you guys a heads up, one of our lovely panelists named Brenda Martinez from Mexico City, Mexico BTE site will be joining us momentarily since she's finishing up an exam, but she's excited to speak to us all. And just so you know, I will be translating for her as well. So without further ado, let's get this panel started. So to begin, please introduce yourselves. If you could share which BTE site you participated in, what college or university you attended, what major or professional career you pursued, and also tell us what you're up to today. It would help give our audience a bit of context about each of you.
I'm happy to start. My name's Marta, and I was on the Wissahickon BTE site, and that's in Ambler, Pennsylvania in the United States. And I think I graduated the program in 2015, so it's been a while, but I really valued my experience there. I then went on to university at Elon University in North Carolina, studying international relations with a regional concentration in Africa, and also studied Spanish, French, and leadership as minors. And now I am completing a year-long fellowship with an organization called Global Giving, which is a crowdfunding platform. And we also do corporate philanthropy. And so I help manage our large corporate programs with organizations like Nike and Facebook, and help their employee giving programs, and also manage the disaster relief work that we do through Facebook. So I'm really excited to hear from the other alumni, hear any questions that you may have. And I really enjoyed my experience in attending ABTS. So I'm really excited that you guys are all getting to experience that today as well.
Hi, Marta. Even though it's online. Hi, everyone. My name is Rodica. I graduated the BTE program in Romania almost 5 years ago. And I'm currently a full-time med student at the University of Medicine, Carol Davila in Bucharest. I'm really nervous right now, but I'm happy also to be here with you. Also some news to share. I just got married a year ago.
Yeah, so my name's Sean. I'm just working on the Cork Bio site in Ireland. I finished the BTE program in 2012 and then went on to college, and it's just straight into biotech. I'm working on my master's now with, we're actually working in here with my team lead just to get my master's done. And yeah, there isn't much going on. I'm just working today. So working on setting up the new site for the Bio2 site, just to bring in new products, new treatments, make sure all the methods are in. I'm just working in the labs full time, bringing all these in. I've been on site the whole time for COVID. So it's the same thing every day here, just get the transfers in, get the methods done, make sure COVID isn't going to interrupt it.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Aaliyah Salim. I recently graduated from the Boundbrook BTE site in New Jersey this past June. I am currently attending Rutgers University as a full-time student virtually, unfortunately. But as of right now, I am currently undecided in terms of a major, but my ultimate goal is to pursue a career in medicine, just like Radhika, and possibly specialize in obstetrics and gynecology or emergency medicine. Currently, I babysit part-time, and I plan on becoming an emergency medical technician volunteer very soon, which I'm really excited about. But other than that, I'm super excited to be here with all of you, and I hope that you enjoy your ABTS experience virtually.
Thank you guys so much for sharing. It's nice to know that you guys are all doing well. Okay, so what impact, if any, did BTE pathways or WildC have to help you prepare for where you are today? Were there any particular BT activities, opportunities, or networks and support that helped you prepare for your future?
Okay, sure, I'll answer this question. I just want to start off by saying that BTE pathways and the Youth Leadership Council have been such an enormous blessing and help to my family and I in terms of college and life preparedness. There is a variety of opportunities, activities, and network support that has helped me prepare for the future. I can actually go on and on, but I know Melvin has a lot to share as well. My favorite was probably ABTS in 2018, which took place in Lisbon, Portugal. I learned so much about myself and others as well. I learned that no matter our cultural background, we are actually more alike than different, and we can learn so much from one another. My second favorite was probably the Pathways Bootcamp. I learned a culmination of things about the college process that has helped me understand how prepared I need to be for college and what it required for me to get into my dream school and succeed there.
Hello everyone, my name is Melvin Shuloko from Nairobi, Kenya, and I think what I can say, first of all, I'm doing law. I graduated from the BT program in 2017, and what has impacted me from BT is a lot. I miss the mentorship. Although I'm still in contact with some of my mentors, I also love the activities that we had, the speed dating, speed coaching, and the opportunities that we got to share that whilst we were in the program, and the networking that it gave me. And I think this is the best place for any young person who wants to be mentored. Yeah.
All right, well, thank you for sharing. It was so nice to hear about your experiences. And speaking of experiences, the next question is, reflecting back, what were some of your greatest experiences in BT and why?
I had quite a few great experiences, but I'll just mention the highlights. I'll start by talking about the job shadowing part. When some doctors talked to us and answered a bunch of questions. It was awesome because they had no expectations from us to have any medical background. So I could ask any naive questions and they wouldn't mind, which was nice compared to now when I ask something and as a med student, they expect us to actually was great to have this opportunity to talk to doctors and to be so nice to us. I also want to mention the times I traveled to the USA. It happened twice. The first time I was a student ambassador. I met Michael Bizak for the first time, and it was an honor for me to meet among Michael Bizak other people who were so accomplished. And I felt like I was part of something so big. I represented Romania there and I was so proud in Washington, D.C. And that experience taught me that I really do play an important role in our society and I should continue this self-development and invest in my education. And that event, I remember it was a melting pot of of cultures. I remember being so mesmerized by this fact. And the second time I traveled to the USA was when I won a competition on the BT 25th anniversary. I talked about being passionate about what I do and keeping this passion on the long run. And this is the best thing I've learned from the BT program about being passionate and learn to do something that you're proud of and you're passionate about. And now the last thing I want to mention that through BTE I won a scholarship, which gave me the possibility to buy my own laptop, and it was really, really useful. I still use it, and yeah, that's it.
Great. And yeah, one of my favorite BTE experiences was participating in the ABTS conference. I think with my particular field that I want to work in, which is like development work and like the corporate philanthropic world, it was really cool to be able to work on a team with people from all around the world. I think if I remember correctly, we did some simulation of the like research and development process within drug manufacturing, and getting to hear perspectives from all the world and learning to problem solve and come up with creative solutions with just like such a diverse group of ideas and cultural backgrounds was so valuable. And learning how to work in that dynamic environment was something that skills that I still use today in my job. And so that was something that was super valuable for me, and definitely like still impactful to this day.
Thank you for sharing. All right, now this question is directed to Sean or Martha. Describe how you and your peers engage with Johnson & Johnson volunteers. What impact did they have on you, your growth, or development?
Yeah, so basically like just my mentor was Caroline. I think she actually had her 15th anniversary working with J&J today. I saw it on LinkedIn. So she's still actually working here. And basically when I was back in school, like we just have, I think it was bi-weekly or monthly meetings. Like we just kind of meet up, catch up. She'd ask how I'm getting on. And basically she kind of set me straight about going to college, because literally at the time I was like, I have no idea what I want to do after school. I think a lot of people are in that position. So Caroline kind of sat me down and kind of went through all the options that were kind of in front of me, which like I knew there were some options there, but I didn't actually realize the volume of options. And like just kind of having someone to go through all that and break it down was a great help. And then the site tours down on the Anson site in Cork, where Caroline could bring me in. She'd bring me into the return corridor, our own manufacturing, where you could actually see the bioreactors, you could see purification running, and it's like the way it interested me so much, I knew I kind of wanted to jump into this. So meeting up with, actually being paired up with Caroline in the British employment really kind of had a massive impact on me.
Yeah, kind of similar story for me. And we mentioned job shadowing earlier, but I had the opportunity to job shadow Gwen, who works in the one of the offices close by to Ambler. And she, part of her job is leading the corporate philanthropy work that they do there. And so that was really cool for me to see all of the opportunities that she provides to the employees to volunteer locally or to give some of their salary to charities that they like. So that was really, really cool. I didn't really know the corporate philanthropy world existed before that experience with Gwen. So that was really, really awesome to get to kind of just shadow her, to see what she does on her day-to-day and see how she gives back, allows her, the employees, to give back locally and then also globally was really awesome. And then also the leader of our BTE chapter, Erica Spangler, is so great. And I still keep in touch with her to just see different ways I can connect with the current BTE chapter to continue to give back to a program that gave me so much. So, yeah.
Thank you. That's really nice to hear. Okay, so based on your experiences in BT and now as alumni with higher education, and maybe even some professional experience, what supports or topics should be addressed in BT to help ensure the success of today's young people? So basically, what could have made life easier for you? Aaliyah, would you like to share?
Sure, I'll start off by sharing. I definitely believe that self-care should be talked about and addressed throughout BTE to help ensure the successes of today's young people. I really think that it's overlooked because we are so focused on completing a task or achieving a goal that we are distracted from our physical and mental health. So it's really important to take some time out of your day to do the things that you enjoy doing. It was such a pleasure to advocate this past May with the Youth Leadership Council about the importance of self-care. We actually held a webinar and talked mainly about what self-care meant and how to keep up with your self-care. We also provided advice and helpful suggestions on what you can do at home to make sure you're maintaining a routine of physical and mental care for yourself.
I think I can also share. I think we can, if we could get some awareness, self-awareness topics so that we learn who we are, where we are headed to, so that we know how to place ourselves, especially in this world we're living right now. And I think we also need to get some more public speaking, if we could get more public speaking, because most of us, once we are done with high school, we'll be teaching ideas, and you can get stage fright and whatnot, but if we get that prior knowledge, I think we will be better suited to get jobs and get opportunities compared to other people. So yeah.
Thank you, Melvin. Radhika, would you like to share too?
Yes, as I grew up, I realized that the legal system has developed a lot in the medical field and the pharma industry. And its main role is to protect the patients, but also the doctors. So I think it would be so necessary and interesting to be able to acquire some legal background through the BT program.
I like these topics you guys are mentioning. Okay, so now I'll ask a trick question. Do you think it's important for students to stay connected with Johnson & Johnson volunteers, site coordinators, and other program partners? If so, why and how?
I think it's definitely important to stay connected. As I was mentioning, Erica Spangler, who leads the Wissahickon BTE site, I keep in touch with her, and she tapped me to be on this panel today. So that's the exact reason why I'm here. So just like giving us opportunities to continue to stay connected to the network is really awesome. And then I also just have a little anecdote. This past fall, when networking and in-person conferences were still happening in 2019, I was attending a session, or like a kind of a mini conference that was put on by UNICEF. And I ran into someone from FHI 360, Alita Williams, and she runs corporate philanthropy at FHI 360. And it was so cool to connect with her and just to give her my thanks for all that they do to make the BTE program and ABTS possible. So there's just a lot of perks of staying within the network, and I'm still connected with Alita, and you'll never know where all of those connections will take you. So definitely, I'm an advocate for staying in the know and staying connected.
You're so right, Marta. Keeping in touch with people from Johnson & Johnson bring you a lot of perks. And I'll explain you I'll just tell you my story. Loredana Puenaru, a BT coordinator, knew my talent at making videos on YouTube. And she knew that because I had previously won the competition for the BT 25th anniversary by making a video. So because she knew that, she recommended me to enroll in a competition in the NCD Child Global Art Contest, which required me to create a video about non-communicable diseases. So long story short, I won the first place in that competition. And the moral of the story, staying connected to Johnson & Johnson coordinators or volunteers might open you new doors.
Cool. Melvin, would you like to share too?
Yes, please. But I think it's very important to be connected because I think someone said that it's a small world and you never know where your next opportunity will come. And I think the Johnson & Johnson family is a great family and a great group to be part of. So stay connected and prosper.
Okay, so this question is for Aaliyah and Brenda. Tell us about your experiences as a YLC member. Who have you worked with? What are some of the things that YLC has contributed to the global BT program? Aaliyah, would you like to start?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So for those of you who don't know, the YLC stands for the Leadership Council, and this is actually our first term. So I'm so excited to have been served on the panel as the president. It's really been such an honor to be able to interact with so many participants from around the world. And we have also accomplished so much, which I am so proud of, for the participants being able to work with each other very well and stay connected throughout this time. So working with a variety of participants throughout the world has been phenomenal. And recently we've been doing newsletters to help keep other BTE sites from around the world stay connected and to let them know what we've been working on and what other sites have been working on, just to give them an idea of how awesome BTE is and how awesome our sites are also. So it's been quite an amazing experience. If you guys haven't, I hope that you've also checked out our newsletter to stay updated on information that's going on. And yeah, so really excited about that. And hopefully we'll have new things on the way for you guys as well.
Thank you, Aaliyah. Brenda, ¿quieres decir algo? You want to say something? Brenda, you're on mute. Estás muda.
Ya, perdón. Yes. ¿Quieren que me presente o ya con la pregunta solamente?
Sí, la pregunta de YLC, de tus experiencias y con quién has trabajado.
Ah, ok. Bueno. Lo voy a decir en español.
Está bien.
Bueno, las experiencias para mí en el GLC han sido memorables. Realmente ha sido una gran oportunidad el ser parte de este consejo, el cual ha tenido un impacto no solamente nacional, sino también internacional, en el cual creo que lo más bonito ha sido la conexión que hemos tenido todos los sitios. Creo que todos hemos aprendido de todos. Hemos trabajado muy bien en equipo, logrando así diferentes contribuciones para el programa, como lo han sido los boletines informativos, los seminarios web en donde los participantes pudieron interactuar con diferentes sitios, y todo eso realmente son experiencias que me llevo, en donde todo ha sido mucho conocimiento y demás, y fue sin duda una gran experiencia que marca un antes y un después del programa.
Muchas gracias, Brenda. So to translate what Brenda said is that the experiences for me as a YLC member have been memorable. It has been a great opportunity to be part of something as great as this council that has not only had a national impact, but also an international one. I think that the most beautiful thing about the experience has been the connection that occurred with the different BTE sites where we worked hard for our future YLC generations. I think that we all learned from each other due to the fact that we have been very close, which allowed for teamwork to occur. It allowed us to perfectly achieve various contributions to the program, such as the various newsletters, various opinions for improvement, seminars where the BTE sites could interact with each other. So without a doubt, this program was a great experience that marks the before and after for the program. Those are some really kind words, you guys. All right, so the next question is very nostalgic. What do you miss most about BTE? Sean, would you like to share? Or Brenda too?
Sorry there.
Oh, it's okay, no worry.
So I'm not too sure what I missed the most about it because like there's just so much was happening with it. Because like you don't realize at the time, but you're essentially with the BT program, like it was kind of starting off all your networking and everything, and you're getting site tour. I was getting a lot of site tours of the different plants. Like down in the south of Ireland, we've three or four J&J sites, so we were just getting tours all around. Like it's still possible to do it now, it's just a bit harder, but like there are still the opportunities to do it. So it could be the site tours of just seeing different sites and how they work.
Interesting. Brenda, want to say something? ¿Quieres decir algo, Brenda? Estás muda. Brenda, estás muda. Yeah.
Perdón. Pensé
Está
que
bien.
estaba. Okay. Bueno, lo que más extraño yo en BTE, pues es realmente todo. Realmente considero que es un programa muy completo. Para mí todo era perfecto. Siempre pasé momentos muy agradables. Todas las sesiones estaban llenas de momentos divertidos, de mucho aprendizaje. Extraño todas esas sesiones con los voluntarios de Johnson & Johnson, la comida, la atención que nos daban. Extraño a todas las personas en el programa, ese ambiente tan mágico y demás. Realmente amé todas esas experiencias y estoy muy orgullosa de haber sido parte de una familia como lo es BTE. Hoy y siempre llevaré esas experiencias conmigo en mi memoria y sobre todo en mi corazón.
Muchas gracias, Brenda. So to translate what Brenda said is, I don't want to exaggerate, but the truth is I miss everything. I consider the program to be very complete, and for me, everything was perfect. I always had a pleasant moments, and all the sessions were full of fun and knowledge. I miss those sessions with the J&J volunteers, the food, the attention they gave us, all the people in the program, the magical atmosphere, trips to the museum, Johnson's company, the courses, and more. I really loved all those experiences, and I am very proud to have been part of the BT family. So today on, I will always carry BT in my memory, especially in my heart. That sounds very sweet, Brenda. Muchas gracias. So speaking of BTE.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Speaking of BTE, if you could share any words of wisdom with our current BTE participants, what could it be? Radhika, would you like to share first?
Yes. I learned from that being a great doctor doesn't always mean just treating patients, but also having different skills or hobbies, not necessarily directly related to medicine. Skills and hobbies that can make you a better person or that keep you healthy and happy. For instance, I learned how to play tennis, swim, do snowboarding, or I do volunteer work every time I have the chance. And I'm currently taking a massaging course. So all these kind of activities can sometimes help you to connect to people and give you the power to help others in many other ways than just give them pills. So just try to acquire different skills from different domains, because you may never know how useful they might turn out to be.
Thank you, Radhika. Sean, would you like to share?
Yeah, so it's pretty much kind of echo what Rolika was just saying. Like, pretty much don't be afraid to try new things and go into roles you might think you'd hate initially. Because like just my experience, when I finished, like I did my placement here in Janssen in the microbiology lab. So when I finished college, I came straight back into the micro lab, and I was literally just micro. I love the idea of micro, but then I was actually moved over to the in-process team, which I've actually ended up loving even more than micro, and it gave me massive exposure to nearly every other department in the company. So like initially I was kind of I wasn't sure about the move, but just kind of sticking with it and seeing what it was like for a while, it really kind of broadened my skill set, and it has really kind of helped me progress in my career.
Thank you for your words of wisdom, you guys. I'm sure the BT students are grateful for it, just like I am. So now to wrap up, are there any final thoughts or speaking points you would like to share that we haven't touched upon today?
Yes, I would like to say, I just want to say that to all the BTE participants, I cannot stress enough that you should utilize your resources that you have, because everyone on the team is dedicated and committed to helping you succeed. So whenever you need help, please don't be afraid to ask, because they're all here to support you throughout your journey, and they want to see you become successful and also partake in that success as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Melvin, would you like to share?
Yes, please. I believe you can hear me now.
We can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
What? Okay, thank you. I think everything has been said. Most of everything has been said. But what I can say is that what matters is who you become along the way, not what you do or whatever is going on, but who you become in the end. And so stick to your guns, and whatever the panelists have given is great insight. So take it and run with it.
Yeah, I'd also add that when Sean was talking about the site visits, I would just remembered that I was having a conversation with another BTE alumni that I often catch up with. His name's Sam, and we were just talking about product development, because that's stuff we talk about in our free time. And I was like, well, remember when we went to the Johnson & Johnson office in New York, the design office, and we got to see how the products were designed and developed, and we're kind of just reflecting on that experience. And I didn't even realize it, but it's just crazy how much my experiences from BTE come up in my daily life. And so I think it's hard to live in the moment, but just take it all in as much as you can, all of these great experiences that you're having, because they are really impactful, and they're going to make a difference in how you see the world, how you see products, and just everything.
Thank you for sharing. So now that our panelists have answered these questions, if you haven't already, it's time for you guys, our audience, to ask your own. So one question I see is, let me see here, is from Shannon. It says, it's for any panelists. Looking back, what is something you wish you would have known or done while you were in the program?
I think I can go first.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think what I would have done different is like would have utilized every space that I got. So if you're there, please, I think what I'm feeling is that I should have like taken all the juice from the mentors, the courses, facilitators. So don't waste any moment. Always be aware and active, proactive rather. And that's what I think I would have done different. And you should do it now.
Would anyone else like to share?
Yes, I remember I was the kind of kid who actually could connect easier with adults, but I wish I I tried more to make friends of my own age, more friends, and keep in touch with more participants from the BTE program, because I realized some of most of the participants had something to say, and always there's always something new to learn from people around you.
Yeah, you're totally right. All right, so another question is from Hadisa. I hope I said that right. If you have to run one BTE site and you were in total control, what's one thing you would incorporate in your program that would separate yours from all the other BTE sites around the world? Anyone can answer this question, by the way.
So I haven't been a part of the BTE program for a while, so I don't know, what's changed, but I think giving the students more opportunities to connect with the other students around the globe would be really valuable, because I know participating in ABTS, I got that opportunity to meet other BTE students from all different sites, but I think it would be really awesome to now in our virtual world, just give more opportunities for students to connect with connect with their peers from all around the world, because I found that to be like one of the most valuable experiences I gained from ABTS.
Would anyone else like to share?
Yes, please. I will. My partnership is very good, but I think what I will do, I will get more partnerships, like have more exposure to the students and the thank you.
All right, Melvin, it seems like you're still having internet connection problems, I think. So we'll just skip to another question, and hopefully if you would like to, you can answer that one too. So another question I see is, what would you say to the future students joining the new BT sites? And in Spanish is, ¿qué le recomendarías a los estudiantes futuros de BT Puebla y República Dominicana? So Brenda, you can answer that one too.
Yes. Bueno, unas palabras para ellos serían que aprovechen, bueno, primero que nada, que disfruten cada segundo de su vida, que aprovechen todas las oportunidades que el programa les da, que realmente son demasiadas y te ayudan a crecer mucho, que aprovechen todo, que sigan sus sueños, que nunca se limiten, que nunca se rindan, que no les dé miedo salir de su zona de confort, sino que siempre quieran ir por más, que se reten todos los días y que persigan eso, que finalmente se la crean, que ellos pueden con todo.
Okay, so to translate a little bit of what Brenda said is that to appreciate every second you have, of your life first, appreciate it to its fullest, and to also appreciate all the opportunities that BT gives you. And that is so far what I have in my mind. But yeah, that's what Brenda said. And I see that this question's for Aaliyah, by the way. What are some helpful, careful self-care tips you have for us?
Sure. So a few could just be like exercising throughout the day, becoming aware of your nutrition, make sure you're eating breakfast, lunch, dinner, setting up a sleep schedule to make sure that you're going to bed on time every day, to make sure that you're getting enough rest for each day to become productive for the next day. Oh, and also doing things that you enjoy. That could be like listening to music, doing art, hanging out with your friends, just things that make you happy, and kind of give you an opportunity to just thrive and flourish, without being like self-centered with work and everything else, but kind of just putting aside your daily duties to do something that you enjoy doing.
That's great advice, Alaya, and I do agree with you. I would add the fact that they should try to take a step every day, not think about so many things to do in a day, and at the end of the day they won't do anything and they'll just be sad and wouldn't feel accomplished because they didn't realize everything on their list. So try to check one thing for each day, and don't don't be mad at yourself for not achieving that every day.
Thank you for sharing. Another question is, was there a hardship that you had overcome in your BT experience or life? If so, how do you overcome it? And do you have any advice for those going through a similar situation?
Yes. So I'll quickly share. So during my senior year of high school, my BTE site was focused on completing the SAT. And for me, it was really nerve-wracking, personally, because I'm not a really good test taker. But BTE stepped in and they helped out not only financially, but they also had someone come in to give certain lessons about not only the topics that covered the SAT, but how to develop good test taking skills that would help us while we were taking the test. So that was really helpful. And it helped me overcome, how can I say this? Like doubting myself with taking the test. So I really, really appreciated that. And it helped me out tremendously to do well and succeed on the test. Oh, and the SAT is a standardized test for college it really like tries to measure to see where you're at for college, and it helps place you into certain colleges. So certain colleges have certain requirements, and the SAT is one of them. Every college varies. They have their own minimum score for the SAT. So depending on what score you get, you're eligible for certain colleges. And some colleges don't also require the SAT, but usually competitive colleges do.
Thank you for the information, Aaliyah. Another question is, did BT help you out a lot when deciding what career choice to pursue? Once again, anyone can answer.
For me, it definitely did, because like I always had an interest in science. It's like for the Leaving Cert here is probably equivalent to the SATs over in the States. I took physics and biology just because I love science so much. There's a clash with chemistry, so I couldn't take that. And then just pairing up with Caroline, she was showing me all the different types of like tests and everything that were being used in here. And she even gave me a book about the Human Genome Project, just kind of like keep pushing my interest further and further. So like BT did kind of like, my interest was always here, but BT kind of like gave me that push out the door to really pursue it. And now I don't think I could move to another industry, just because like biopharma is such an interesting industry and you're helping so many people by producing the medicines.
Thank you, Sean. So I see I skipped a question probably. Another question is, how do you manage finding a balance of managing studies and engagement with the BT program? So anyone can answer that too.
As I grew up, I realized that we have fewer and fewer free time. So you should try to make space in your time to realize what's important and to have a view of the future and of what you want to do in the future, and choose to invest time in whatever makes you happier and healthier, and that helps you to become better at whatever you want to do in the future. And if you don't know exactly what you want to do in the future, you should just try different things, and things that the BT program can help you with, and find out whatever is suit you better. So I think you should find time especially in high school, for the BT program. And my way to find time for the BT was the fact that I knew it's really useful for my future.
Thank you. So I see that another question was, what are some of your tips for new BT sites as they are starting their work with bright young people like you? So in Spanish, esta pregunta es ¿qué son unos consejos para los nuevos sitios de BT? Así como que ahora están empezando y están trabajando con nuevos alumnos jóvenes, así como jóvenes como nosotros. Como qué son algunos consejos que les puedes dar? So what are some tips that you could share with these new BT sites? Once again, anyone can share.
Ya. Bueno, algunos consejos tanto para los voluntarios como para los estudiantes de BTE sería que se comprometan, que son realmente experiencias únicas que les van a servir para toda la vida, que no solamente van a mejorar su formación académica, sino también su formación profesional, y que tarde o temprano van a ver. Realmente son experiencias muy únicas, que se comprometan y que amen cada una de las sesiones que tengan.
Gracias, Brenda. So what Brenda said is that to just love every session and to just take advantage of it to its fullest and to actually engage in it, you know, because it's just going to be really helpful for you in the future. Would anyone else like to answer it? If not, that's fine. But anyways, another question is, how did BT help you prepare for the bigger world while you were in secondary school / high school? Esta pregunta es que cómo es que BT le ha ayudado para sí como para el futuro, para como así después de secundaria, ¿se dice en español? ¿No? Sí, secundaria, ¿verdad?
Preparatoria.
Preparatoria, perdón. Sí, así como saliendo de preparatoria, ¿cómo te ha ayudado? Así preparar.
Bueno.
Awesome.
Por ejemplo, en BT nos brindaron demasiados cursos, tanto de finanzas como de orientación universitaria, lo cual me ayudó demasiado para elegir mi carrera. Y los cursos para poder ingresar a una universidad. Hoy en día estoy en una de las mejores universidades en México, que es la UNAM. Realmente agradezco todo eso, y las sesiones de finanzas me han ayudado porque mi carrera ahora se relaciona con eso. Entonces, eso son cosas que yo ya practiqué en la empresa de Johnson & Johnson. Entonces, realmente son sesiones que te ayudan. En mi experiencia me han ayudado demasiado. Entonces, pues, realmente aprovechen todo esto, que sin duda es maravilloso.
Gracias, Brenda. So what Brenda said is that BT has given her so many different sessions about finances, and finances is part of something that she does now in her career. So it helped her because she was prepared before going into university, and now she goes one to the most top national universities in Mexico. So it was really great that BT gave her all these different types of sessions that helped in her career. Aaliyah, I think you wanted to say something. Is it?
I'll also respond to the same question. Just continuing what Brenda said, yes, definitely BTE and FHI 360 have provided so many opportunities for us. I mean, from having guest speakers, the mentors doing presentations about what they do in their day-to-day life, the trips to J&J and other places that really gave us so much insight about what we could possibly do in the future, which I think also helped a lot of us decide what we wanted to do in the future. And it really played a significant role in preparing us for the future, because they had so many opportunities to help us grow and give us so many pointers about which routes to take and what could be useful and what could be helpful. So it's just a culmination of things that they provided to us that gave us further direction and help with what we wanted to do in lives and furthering our education as well.
Thank you. So for our last question is, I know this person, I think it's Hadisa, yeah. I noticed that all of the alumni are going to college or have went. What does BTE provide for those who don't want to go that route?
I'll take this question. So I was going to answer this for the last question, but I think it applies to this year as well. But something I took away from the BTE program was learning a lot about professionalism. I think being able to interact with Janssen employees and J&J employees and like walking through the labs and like having like coffee chats with our mentors, all of that stuff really prepared me for the professional world, prepared me just for the professional world in general, but like also for college, interacting with professors and all of that stuff. But I think it's a great segue to a career, and just even like the younger alumni on the panel, I'm like so impressed by your professionalism that you have. And I could easily mistake you for like careered professionals, seasoned professionals. So I think it goes to show that this program has really prepared us in so many ways to be working professionals.
Yeah, you're so right. BT has really helped a lot of us, especially with like the whole public speaking things, and I guess our self-care, like Aaliyah said, and finding out about our careers, like Sean said, like not to be afraid. So once again, thank you panelists for your contributions. It was really nice to hear all of your words of wisdom and all of your advice. So do you guys have anything else to say? Any final thoughts? Or no?
Have an amazing time. Yeah. I hope you guys learn a lot.
Yes, and I wanted to thank you all for giving us the opportunity to connect with you and share our stories. I'm glad I can be helpful, and I've actually learned some things today from different alumni, and as I said earlier, it's really an honor to meet such accomplished people who think about their future and also the people around them. So congratulations for everyone for being great people.
Thank you so much once again for your contributions and just sharing with us all your experiences and advice. And Brenda, muchas gracias por compartir con nosotros tus consejos y toda la información que tienes así como sobre BT y de tus experiencias. Muchas gracias. Lo agradecemos. We appreciate it all. Thank you. So with that being said, I'll now pass it over to you. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much, Verdi, and a big thank you to all of our amazing alumni panelists. I think everyone can agree. In the chat room, it's all on here. There's evidence, there's proof. This is literally the best alumni panel yet. You guys offered so many great words of wisdom. You are inspiring. You are a true representation of all that BTE stands for. And we really appreciate how you showcased all of the amazing program partners and efforts that go into this, and how if you make use of the opportunities that are given to you, sky's the limit. So you each are successful in your own right. And we just truly thank you, not only for dedicating your time today, but just for living the dream of BTE and all that it stands for. I also want to thank Verdi, who did an absolutely incredible job moderating. She's a Pathways student, and I was privately messaging her, telling her she will be facilitating all Pathways sessions now because she did such a great job. I know our audience was super thankful that she was leading our event today and showcasing those amazing leadership skills that she has. I also want to give a shout out and a big thank you to our amazing FHI 360 team behind the scenes, who is helping to make this production such a successful event today. And a very big thank you to all of our volunteers, our students, program partners, families, everyone from around the world joining us live, for all of your great participation. I invite everyone to join us again tomorrow. We will be live again at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our Student Ambassador Fishbowl, which is sure to be another great event. So with that, this ends our very first live. We made history together, BTE family. I wish you all a wonderful rest of the day. Be well. See you tomorrow.